Dobro jutro, Divine Pisces, 222. It is Sunday, December 22nd, 2019. I am in my apartment, guys. Yay! Yeah, so, just ignore that. It's a placeholder for now until I get my TV stand and everything set up. And eventually I'll have like a desk and a chair and everything like that set up for readings, which will be a lot easier than sitting on the floor. But I also want to, again, thank everybody who has sent me donations, who has sent me stuff off my Amazon wish list. I really, really appreciate it. I actually received these also yesterday from Gundelli Alessandra. So thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. These have been on my wish list for a while, and they're gorgeous. So, and yeah, thank you everybody who has sent me stuff off my wish list and donations. You know who you are, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Also, those of you who have signed up for the mini reading session, I will be doing it tonight around 8 Eastern Standard Time. So I'll send you guys the link to the video once I go live. And that is full up for this week, but if you want to participate in the next one, just send me an email and I'll send you the details. Okay? Alright, so first card we've got out today is Mars. So I do feel some triggers definitely right now for the twins, going back and forth, but a lot of sexual energy too, okay? Both twins kind of have their guard up right now with these triggers that are coming. I feel a lot of, again, inner child wounds definitely coming up, especially around the holidays. Things like that, you know, especially if you're in a karmic situation where you're not happy. Those holidays can be really difficult, you know, having to put on a happy face and that sort of thing, especially if you have children, or if you have family that you need to put on a happy face for, okay? So that I do feel is happening here. I also just, in general, feel a lot of triggers surrounding toxic situations in general. So not just karmic situations, just like maybe toxic cycles within yourself, you know, if you have an addiction issue, your codependent issue, that sort of thing, those sorts of triggers are coming up, okay? But I definitely feel a lot of it has to do with karmic situations. Karmic situations are very highlighted right now. And there's just a lot coming to the surface with karmic situations right now, okay? So cycles are ending, toxicity is being exposed within these situations, things like that. I just feel a lot of unhappiness, a lot of depression, anger, frustration, and that sort of thing coming from these situations, right? Which doesn't surprise me at all. You know, the opening of the heart chakra is happening right now with Divine Masculine, and it's like every little bit that it opens, more and more and more comes up, more insecurities come up, more purging happens, more inner child wounds are highlighted, you know, that sort of thing. So I feel a lot of emotion just in general today. Not just the anxiety and the fear and whatnot, but I also feel, like I said, like just emotion. I feel the love kind of going back and forth right now. It's kind of like both twins are kind of in this energy of escapism right now. So it's almost like escaping to their happy place, which is the connection right now. Okay, so a lot of twins manifesting the connection in their heads about the connection. But like I said, a lot is being illuminated in these karmic situations that is causing this emotion to come up. Okay, a lot of darkness, a lot of illusion, secrets, deception, that sort of thing. And it may be causing these towers that are happening, these triggers that are happening. You know, maybe you found out something about your karmic situation, or you found something out about your twin, or your twin found something out about the karmic situation, or maybe their karmic situation, or, you know, that sort of thing. So take it as it resonates. But it serves a purpose. It is serving a purpose. It's trying to get everything out in the open. It's like there's just more of this cosmic push to end cycles right now, you know, especially with coming to the end of the year. This is year 3, next year is year 4, which I do, again, feel is going to be a year of inner peace for a lot of people, a lot of self-reflection happening. But I also feel a lot of aha moments coming through for both twins, and both twins really tapping into their intuition right now. you know, and learning to trust it. Okay, because I think for a long time, especially divine masculine, it was like there was a lot of doubt surrounding their intuition, right? But they're really embracing it now. They're embracing the spiritual side. They're even embracing the darkness that's coming up. Almost, I feel like a lot of them see the illusions and everything that are being shattered, the darkness and the realizations of the toxic situations that are coming through as almost like a relief, like a gift from source or from spirit or whatever you call it, in order to move things forward. It's like, oh my gosh, I just figured something out, and now that I have this knowledge, it's going to make it a lot easier to make that break, you know, that sort of thing. So I do feel that coming in. A lot of divine masculine still going through awakenings, still reaching out in the 5D for help. So you may be getting that, you know, by way of dreams and whatnot. I do also feel that the pull is very, very strong today. So if you're feeling it really, really intensely, just try to keep yourself grounded, okay? All right, let's take a look at divine masculine, see what's going on with divine masculine today. Wow, we've got a lot. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Boom. First card out is the moon. So yeah, a lot of illusions are being shattered around divine masculine right now. I feel a lot of towers, triggers, information they're receiving from source and maybe from other people and their karmic situations, things like that. Their own illusions are being shattered. Maybe they've been living in this illusion for a really long time within themselves, you know, having told themselves over and over and over again, you know, certain things that they have to believe, certain things that they have to live up to, and that's completely crumbling right now. But yeah, really learning to trust intuition right now, guys. And it's like that is basically, I feel like their solace is going inward, and finding peace in their own inner knowing, right? Which is leading them to that inner happiness, to that inner peace that they so want. And again, a lot of them do have families that they're concerned about, so trying to put on that happy face for their families, but a lot of them are really tired of doing that because they understand that they're sacrificing themselves for other people at this point. So a lot of them are trying to figure out how to 8 of Cups right now. Okay, so if they're quiet, if they're kind of touch and go, hot and cold, whatever, you know, they're going through a lot in their head right now. A lot of them are in their heads, okay? A lot of them are in their heads about offers. They may be coming forward with an offer to you very, very soon. They're still trying to figure out how to fill that cup, though. Can't offer it unless it's, you know, got something in it. There's hasn't been anything in it for a while for divine masculine, okay? So he's figuring that out. But yeah, a lot of you may be getting some sort of offer, some sort of communication. They just want to come forward and maybe tell you how they feel, because I do feel a lot of them also have been deceptive. A lot of them want to come forward sexually. A lot of sexual energy today, guys. And some of them, you know, this seems to be a thing with divine masculines, the whole player thing, the whole back and forth. And that to me in itself is a cycle that they're trying to end. Okay, they're trying to end that within themselves. They're understanding where it's coming from. It's an insecurity thing. A lot of them do have mommy issues, you know, so they try to get attention from women, you know, to kind of supplement that. Maybe they were rejected or something like that by their mother. They just in general have issues with that. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And, you know, if they do come forward, it's up to you what you do. I'm not the morality police. You do what you got to do, okay? But just remember how important it is to set boundaries, okay? And that's really hard to do with your twin, trust me. All right? But yeah, some of them are trying to end the cycle within themselves, but they're also trying to end other cycles too. So they may be picking it apart. They may be doing one thing at a time. You know, maybe they're trying to change that, you know, cycle that they're in, you know, as far as, you know, and it could be something else. It could be like addiction or whatever. You know, they're trying to break that cycle first. And then once they get there, maybe they'll, you know, kind of break away from I can't talk today. What other situations they might be into, okay? So just keep that in mind. It might be one thing at a time. But yeah, divine masculine is trying to walk away. He's trying to break these cycles. Big time, yeah. And some of them Some of them had somebody walk away from them, or somebody's in the process of walking away from them and they feel really out of the cold because of that. And it could be Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine could have Eight of Cups. Could have Eight of Cups, Divine Masculine, because of his behavior, because of his cycles, because of the patterns that keep repeating with Divine Masculine that are toxic with Divine Feminine, and brings up triggers. So she's like, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore, stepping away. So Divine Masculine feeling a little out in the cold because of that. But I do feel a lot of it does have to do with karmic situations as well. And some of them are just afraid of rejection in general. They're afraid to walk away because of that. The fear is really holding them back as far as walking away goes, okay? But they really do want that inner peace. They want those calmer waters. They've been in chaos for a really long time, especially within themselves. There's a lot of inner conflict that's been happening with them. You know, and they're seeing things line up. They're seeing things come together. They're seeing the synchronicities. They're seeing the patterns. They're seeing the signs that are being sent to them by Source that is leading them to those calmer waters, okay? And like I said, they're really tapping into their intuition, learning how to use it and trust it, and they're moving. They're moving down that path. It's slow, but they're moving towards that path, okay? And they're embracing their truth along the way, right? So that they can end these cycles. And there's a lot of codependent cycles within Divine Masculine, okay? Some of it does have to do with finances, okay? Some of them are financially codependent, or they have somebody who's dependent on them financially, okay? And those are really hard cycles to break once you get into that, especially if you've been living it for years and years and years. And of course you have the past life aspect that's coming in too, okay? So definitely feel a lot of cycles ending now, guys. And of course, you know, sometimes this could also represent that they're coming forward with a tangible offer. So some of you may actually get an offer of some sort that's actually tangible. So like maybe a gift or an apology or, you know, something like that, because we've got two knights here and an ace, okay? So they're wanting that new beginning. They are wanting to break away from where they are now because they know they're not happy and move towards their new beginning. Now, it may be with Divine Feminine, maybe with another soulmate, but it could just be with themselves too, because they are trying to break those cycles within themselves as well. And we've got Queen of Cups here, so we've got, you know, some serious, yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 cups here, 3 cup cards. So yeah, a lot of emotion coming in today, guys, a lot of emotion, okay? And I do feel some purging again coming for Divine Masculine, but I think they're embracing it at this point. Like I said, I feel like it's almost a release or a relief, because again, a lot of them have had this built up over time for years and years and years, and they're just starting to get to where they can release it, and they're starting to kind of move away from the inner conflict. Does that make sense? Okay? They're almost getting into that, again, surrender mode. They're in surrender mode at this point. Not fully there, but they're getting there. They're trying to release control as much as they can, even though it's scary, right? But they know that they need to. They know that they need to cut away some things in their lives. They just do. So they're just trying to figure out how to do that. Okay? Now, some of them may come forward and tell you what's going on with them, you know, because Divine Feminine, you know, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes with Divine Masculine. And Divine Feminine knows that. You know, they may not know exactly what it is, but they know something's happening. So Divine Masculine may come forward and tell you about that. And again, he may not. There is that free will. Alright, let's take a look at Divine. Oh, okay. You know, when it rains, it pours. I guess it's going to be a longish video, but it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yeah. So Divine Feminine also ending cycles here, emotional cycles. I feel some emotional codependency coming to an end for Divine Feminine. Okay? So maybe you have walked away from a situation that was emotionally codependent, not just financially, but like needing validation, constantly putting yourself out there in order to receive love from someone or a group of people, perhaps family or whatever. and never fully getting that fulfillment because you realize you were putting yourself out, right? You're putting yourself out there and not receiving anything in return, an uneven exchange, right? So Divine Feminine is done with that. She's ending that cycle. She said, no more. Not doing that anymore. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. I'm happy with myself. I know who I am. I don't need anybody else to validate me, right? So, yeah, really moving forward here. I feel a lot of shifts still happening right now. And I feel like these shifts are going to be happening probably through the new year. I'm going to say probably into February, March. There's going to be a lot of changes with both twins here, internally and externally. There's going to be a lot of movement just in general, okay? I do feel that. I also feel like there's going to be a new perspective on this movement and the timing of it. I feel like there may be a lot of synchronicities that come up, a lot of aha moments with that, and a lot of triggers to make more changes and to make more choices moving forward in the direction that the divine is kind of pushing you, okay? So I do feel, again, next year is going to be a big self-reflection year for a lot of people, okay? So Divine Feminine, just be aware of that. There may be a lot of triggers that come in that's going to just kind of basically keep you moving in the direction that you need to go, okay? So that you can stop feeling like this, okay? It's like for a while there, Divine Feminine was making movement and then like she would stop, she would get stuck. Maybe something would come up and kind of throw her off a little bit, then she'd stop. Okay, and then there'd be another trigger to move her forward a little bit. So that may be a thing, and maybe a start-stop thing. But I'm also feeling that there may be times where it's full speed ahead, where you may get like one after another, and you're like, well, I just finished with this one. Oh my gosh, like I'm not ready for the next one. So just keep that in mind. I do feel that's going to be a thing. And it may bring in a lot of anxiety, especially if it's something that's outside your comfort zone. But I do feel there's been a lot of anxiety around Divine Feminine here lately anyway. She's feeling it from Divine Masculine, but she's also feeling it in her situation. You know, again, a lot of changes happening with Divine Feminines right now. And I've had so many emails since I've basically started this whole transition of how many people have gone through or are going through the almost identical thing I'm going through right now. Like, we're all paralleling. It's incredible. We're all mirroring each other, right? And that's actually comforting in a way. It's really comforting to know that you're not alone. So put that anxiety at ease. You are not alone. We are all going through this, okay? And the best thing that we can do is help each other, because you know what? You may be feeling this from your Divine Masculine, but if you're tapped into the collective, you're going to be feeling this from the collective. So how do you help that? By raising your own vibration and sending it across the collective and helping everybody else to ascend out of that darkness, right? There's still definitely some financial issues happening with Divine Feminine, okay? I do feel some financial codependency happening. Really need to let that stuff go, guys. Give it up. Give it up to God. Give it up to the universe. Give it up to Source, okay? Trust that everything's going to be okay, and it will. It will. That's how it works. That's how manifestation works. That's how co-creation works. You create your own reality, right? So stop clutching. Stop holding on to the stuff that doesn't matter, okay? And that could be because Divine Feminine is kind of going back and forth in her masculine energy, and we know masculine energy is all about control. They're all about holding on to things and having a really hard time releasing control. But Divine Masculine is kind of switching into his feminine role, where he's starting to release, starting to understand that he can't control the universe, okay? So Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine are kind of going back and forth right now, okay? And that's okay. So just balance that out. But yeah, a lot of sexual energy definitely coming in. And Divine Feminine really embracing new beginnings right now. And skipping, so Divine Truth. Embracing new beginnings. And Divine Masculine is going through new beginnings, but so is Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine is embracing her new beginnings, getting that spark of inspiration to move forward, feeling creative, feeling successful, and really feeling strong in her power right now, feeling like she's on top of the world, right? That is a stark difference, I think, for a lot of Divine Feminines who have been stuck in fear and anxiety and doubt for a really long time. So really embracing their strength, really, you know, wanting to do more, I do feel. I feel a lot of Divine Feminines are seeing these changes and they want more and more and more, and it's coming. It's coming, right? No more uneven exchanges. No more waiting for handouts. No more waiting. Period. Moving full speed ahead. okay? Not waiting on things to come to her, but manifesting her own reality. Not waiting for her divine masculine, but manifesting her own happiness. See how that works? So, yeah. So that's definitely happening. A lot of realizations here. A lot of aha moments, which are leading you towards what? Your wish fulfillment, which is what you want. It's happening, guys. It's happening. A lot of transformations happening right now within both twins, okay? And it's actually a really beautiful thing. Yeah. I think it's cool. All right, so messages. Yeah, see? So if you're having issues sleeping, they are too, all right? Still feeling stuck in some karmic situations, but they definitely want you to be happy. They can feel it when you're happy, guys. They can feel it when you're upset. Trust me, they can. All right? Some of them are still in denial, but a lot of sexual energy coming through. Get off social media, guys. Yep, some of them are still going through Dark Night of the Soul. I don't feel it's as bad, and yeah, they definitely do. All right, let's get some messages and advice from Source. Gonna get some personal readings out today, guys. I should be able to because baby's at her grandparents actually, and I'm here by myself, so should be able to get some stuff done. Yay! Yeah. Okay. So self-love coming up again. Yeah. Divine Feminine's really getting this. Really getting this. She's like, you know what? I know what I'm about. You know, I love myself. It is what it is. Accepting the changes. Okay, so I feel like there's a fine line between self-love and being self-righteous. Is that the right word? Self-righteous? Sanctimonious. And arrogant. So try to watch that, okay? You can still love yourself without being arrogant. Okay, just make sure you're not in the ego, all right? Basically, where did I see this quote? And I can't remember. How you love yourself is a template for how other people love you, okay? So if you're treating yourself with respect, others will treat you with respect. However, if treating yourself with respect to you means treating somebody else with disrespect, no, that's not how it works, okay? It's an even exchange, all right? So just keep that in mind. And a lot of twins definitely kind of coming into the acceptance and everything. Oh, and I thought this was really interesting. This actually happened at work. Who was it? This guy, okay, I work at a call center for those who don't know, and this guy was really going off on one of my agents, and she was just as nice as she could be to him. Just absolutely as nice as she could be. He still ended up cussing her out and hanging up. And like, I was just really impressed with how she held it together. I'm like, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Kill him with kindness, and she's like, yeah, it's definitely, it's hurtful sometimes, but I understand because I'm sure I've been rude to nice people. And I'm like, I love you. So anyway, so yeah, I feel a lot of twins coming into this acceptance here of the situations, and it is what it is, and moving forward with that. But I do feel, again, a lot of twins setting boundaries right now. Again, make sure those boundaries are for your highest good. Make sure you're not an ego when you set those boundaries, because sometimes we do. And I always give this example. If your divine masculine or your divine feminine has blocked you, and your first response is to block them back, that's ego. I'm sorry, but it is, okay? Because you're just basically doing it because they did it. Okay? Now, if you block them because they're hurting you, that's something else. Okay? But yeah, so trust the process, guys. Trust the process. Just keep going. And a lot of you are. I do feel that. A lot of twins are really in trust mode right now. And yeah, be thankful. And I think, again, a lot of you are. Especially Divine Feminine. I feel like a lot of gratitude coming from Divine Feminine. Okay, so just continue being grateful for the things you've learned, for the journey that you're on, the growth and the success that you've seen, right? All right, guys. Well, I hope this has resonated. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I will announce the winner of the free reading contest tomorrow. Okay? All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.